Alright guys, so today's lesson is about ecology. We're starting a new unit. Our objective today is understanding ecological principles, and our essential question, if you see on the board, is what is the study of ecology and how is it organized? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, what we're going to do now, I want you to list all the things found in this aquarium. And remember, some of the things are present that you cannot see. So I want you to kind of think about what is included in this little mini ecosystem. I'll give you 3 minutes on the clock. Just jot down your Cornell notes. Everyone should have a Cornell notes sheet. 3 minutes starts now. See how many things you can list. I'll give $3 for the one with the highest list, the longest list. You don't have to copy down the do now. Just list down the do now. List down the things.
Names or?
Yeah, the names of the things. Easy. And you don't have to necessarily find list the names of the fish, because if you want to know that's a little fish, that's a puffer fish, but you don't need to know. All right, 1 minute left. And let's start sharing out our list. All right, who wants to share out the list? Robert.
Fish. Well, wait. Can I be specific? Like, can I say yellow fish, blue fish, all that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So 2 yellow fishes.
Mm-hmm.
1 blue fish.
Mm-hmm.
A puff fish.
Mm-hmm.
Sand.
Sand.
Coral reef.
Okay.
Water.
Ah, good.
Sea sponges.
Nice.
And a filter to keep the tank clean.
Okay, good. Anybody else can add on to this list?
You forgot algae.
Algae.
Sand's not living. Rocks.
Rocks. I didn't say living. You said everything you said.
Oh.
All the things you find in this list.
That's blue wine.
Everything else we got? Anybody else want to add to this list? Seahorse.
Jellyfish.
Seaweed. Okay, so that's kind of like the algae. Anything else? Anything else? How about things that you it's there, but you don't necessarily see it? It might be there. Ah, bacteria.
Algae.
Oh, do we have algae?
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
CO2.
CO2. What's the energy source?
Diffusion.
Light.
Ah, there we go. So I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so it's a good comprehensive list. And we're going to talk about how we can organize all the living components of this list, okay? So I'm going to give myself now 12 minutes on the clock for my mini lesson. 12 minutes on the clock. Okay? So, what is ecology? The definition of ecology. Ecology is the study of the interactions of living things with each other and their physical environment. Now this is what the slide says. So how can we put this in our own words in a brief note format?
Living things with each other.
Interactions,
Yeah.
study of interactions of living things and environment. There you go. That's it. Beautiful. Let's write that down. Write down that definition. Let's highlight that definition in our notes. Underline it. The study of the interactions of living things with each other and their physical environment. Now, leave your question column blank. We're going to develop those questions in just a little bit. Now, looking at this picture, how does this plant interact with its environment? What does it do with its environment? In a full sentence, please. How does this plant interact with its environment?
The plant interacts with the environment by giving it, I'm guessing, giving more air, the area more oxygen, I'm guessing, because the plant gives more oxygen.
Excellent job. Excellent job. The plant is giving more oxygen. What's that process called? Photosynthesis. Good. So it's interacting with gases in the environment, right? It's also interacting with the soil, the bacteria, the nitrogen in the soil to survive. So all these things, and what? And the sun, and the sunlight. Excellent. So now, in the environment, there are two kinds of factors. And I know you all know this two kinds of factors. You've heard it before. What are the two factors that we always talk about? Abiotic and biotic. So let's look at the definition of abiotic factors for a second. These are the physical and chemical factors which affect the ability of organisms to survive and reproduce. How can we put that in our own words? What is the basic essence of that definition?
Living things.
Living things?
Non-living.
Non-living things. Good. Why is it non-living things? What part of this word makes it non-living? A. Good, 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 good. So let's underline that and write that into our notes. Non-living factors which affect organisms to survive. Okay? So, now let's go back to our list that we just developed in our do now. Let's go back to our list. What are the abiotic factors in our list that I can circle?
Rocks.
Rocks. Good.
Filter.
Filter. Good.
Water.
Water. Where's the water?
Sand.
Right there.
Light.
Sand.
Oxygen.
Light.
Oxygen.
Oxygen. CO2. Anything else?
Is seaweed living? Yeah.
How do we know seaweed's living?
It's a plant.
How do we know it's a plant?
Because it's in the water. And it grows in the water.
It grows in the water. What color is it?
Green.
Green. So if it's green, it feeds itself because what does it have inside?
It's asexual.
It has,
What makes it green?
Chloroplast.
Yes. Good job. Good job. Chloroplast. Good job. So
yeah, right.
some of the abiotic factors we just ended up, doing this, so you can list those. But the difference between that and the other factor is that now we have biotic factors. And what are biotic factors? Living things. Good. They indirectly or indirectly affect the environment. So here, just like in our list, now let's underline the things that are living.
Seaweed, bacteria.
Yep, everything else.
Coral, sea sponge.
Everything else. Good. Everything else is living. So you see, an ecosystem is made up of living things and non-living things. Okay? Can we copy that down? Did we copy that down?
Yeah.
All right. So again, these are some examples of ecosystems. Now, these biotic and abiotic factors can also be limiting factors. Now, a limiting factor determines the types of organisms that exist in that environment. So that's the key part of this slide. Let's take that note down. Let's underline limiting factor and say determines the types of organisms that exist in the environment. So, question to you. Look at this right here, this fox right here. Describe the environment. What?
Cold. What plants are
Winter.
Okay, it's winter, it's cold, there's no plants around. So what is determining, what's determining what can live there? What abiotic factor is determining what part of the weather?
What do you mean?
What part, what element it determines what plants can live there? Is it the sunlight?
No.
What is it? The coldness, the climate, all right? In this environment, it's different.
It's dry.
It's very dry. Good, good, good. All right, we're halfway through. I want you to develop 3 questions that we could use to study based off our notes that we just came up with. What are 3 questions that we can study for the next exam?
Abiotic and biotic
What is the difference? Is that what you said? What is it?
No, I want to say what are the abiotics?
What are abiotic and biotic factors? Can you make this question into a level 2 question or like a compare and contrast?
Yeah.
How do you do that, Elvina?
I don't know.
We could compare and contrast abiotic and biotic factors.
Beautiful. Compare and contrast abiotic and biotic factors. Give me another question that we can use to study our notes.
What is limiting factors? What is limiting factors?
What is a limiting factor? Good.
Can I add on to the question?
Hmm?
Can I add on to the question?
Yes, you can add on to the question. What question would you want to add on?
Just an example.
Give an example of what?
Limiting factors.
Of a limiting factor. Excellent job. That's a great question. You can give an example of a limiting factor. You are ready to go for the next quiz. Limiting. Oh, limiting. Good. Thank you for catching that. All right. Good.